Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bible Tidbits YouTube channel. I'm glad you joined us today. And today I want to do a quick video where we showcase two absolutely legendary Bibles. And that is the Crossway ESV Alpha Heirloom Edition in the Wellington leather and the Cambridge Pitt Minion ESV in goatskin. So when it comes to compact Bibles, these are two absolutely legendary Bibles in that sphere. The Pitt Minion is one of the oldest premium Bibles that you see around, and it's been carried by many for many years. You can find crash tests for like 20 years where people have been using these and how they've held up. And then the Alpha Edition is a pretty new release, but it seems to be one that's going to stand the test of time, and it is one that I absolutely love. So I've got both of these here before me, and I want to just do a quick comparison. Whenever I was looking to buy a Pitt Minion, I couldn't find anything that directly compared it to the Alpha, so I just want to do that today. First off, I want to do thickness here. As you see, both of those Bibles side by side, the Pitt Minion is a good bit thinner than the Alpha. We're talking small Bibles here, but it is a good bit thinner. And that is a nice, I like it. It just, even though this is a small Bible, this one just feels more compact to me. And I like it for that. They're obviously both two completely different layouts. Let me get both these open. So in the two completely different layouts, the Pitt Minion has the cross references down the center section, while the Alpha does not have cross references at all. I want to find same book. Let's go to Jeremiah 23. Here we are. So whenever we look at the two of these, so first off, the Alpha is nice double column, but no cross references. And that affords it to have bigger font size than the Pitt Minion. The Pitt Minion, as you see, has cross references down the middle, which takes away from the font size on it. One thing to note on both of these is I'll just throw out there is margin space. The Alpha actually has probably looks like 3/8 of an inch of margin space along the edges, and then about the same at the bottom, a little less at the top around. So if you wanted to write some cross references or little maybe symbols or something like that in the margins, you could very easily do that on this. The Pitt Minion also has margin space. It's got about the same size margin space at the bottom, maybe a little smaller, and then probably closer to 1/4 inch on the side, so a little thinner margin space there, but still usable for cross references and symbol system. You're not going to be writing a ton. I have seen people write in these though. Truthfully, that's one of the things that attracted me to this Bible, is just seeing pictures that people had where they had these all marked up. So the Pitt Minion is a pretty small font size. It is a 6.75 font size, and if I remember right, I think the Alpha is a 7.5. Don't quote me on that. So a little bit bigger in the Alpha. So a little bit nicer to read. Both of them have two ribbons on them. The Alpha's got nice brown ribbons with the brown cover. The Pitt Minion's got the nice black goatskin with red ribbons. One other thing to note on these that I think makes a huge difference in the feel of them is, let me put the spines together here. Not sure if you can see it there. When you put the spines together, the spines are perfectly flat. You see the Alpha sticks out a good little bit above it. So the Alpha is more square and the Pitt Minion is a little bit more rectangular. So really that is it. Whenever you hold it in the hand, it's a nice handhold size there. See it there. The Pitt Minion, not big at all. I've been using both of these for a little while, and I'll be honest, I love the Pitt Minion and I love the Alpha too. I love them both. The Pitt Minion I've got tabbed up. You can see in my video, Memorize the Bible. These are some different apologetics passages that I've tabbed in the back of mine. Put a little tab here to get me to the Romans Road real quick. Some extra tabs in there to put places. The Alpha I've had longer. I've really got to put some miles in on this. I like taking it to hospital visits and things like that. It's a nice Bible. It's got a super readable font. The Pitt Minion is readable to me. I don't have any problem, but I know it's small. This doesn't even feel like small font. If you have a ESV thin line Bible, this is actually the same font size, I do believe, as the thin line. So it's just a little thicker, and they've pushed it out this way and scrunched it down this way. So a little shorter, a little wider than a thin line, and I think a hair thicker than a thin line. But overall, a nice, compact carry size. So when picking between the two of these, if you can only get one, I'm fortunate enough to get two. The Alpha is a little taller this way too. Just notice that. Just a little taller, not much. But if you could only pick one, well, here is some deciding factors. First off is price. The Alpha is going to run about twice as much as the Pitt Minion. Yes, they're both premium Bibles, nice. It's got a Cambridge, a Crossway premium, but this one is twice as much. I do believe, I want to say I got it on sale at about $175 when I bought mine. I think they're running around $200, maybe a little more. The Pitt Minion, you can find at $125 easy, but if you do some hunting and searching and watching, you can find it for about $100. I have seen it for less, and I wish I would have sprung on it when I seen it for less, but I did not. Super small, super thin. I can read it comfortably. I like the cross references. I'm not big at having cross references in my Bible, but that's just such a classic layout. It really is. So font size is the second thing that I'd consider if you had to pick between the two of these. So yeah, the Alpha is twice as much, but it's got the bigger font size. And if your eyes are not great, the Pitt Minion might be a little bit more of a struggle. Now, you don't have to have perfect eyesight, I don't think, for the Pitt Minion. If your eyesight struggles a little bit sometimes, I might try to find something to test out that font size. If maybe you have a buddy that's got a Pitt Minion, or maybe you just need to print out a true to font size, figure out what type of font it is, and put the size into Microsoft Word and print you out, and just try to read that just to test it first, because it is a little small. This I have no issue. If you've had a thin line, you're going to be able to read this. It's very comfortable, and so that's a big pro on the Alpha, to have a Bible this compact but still has a readable font size. It's awesome. They do that through the double margin, of course, and have it just a little thicker. It's basically a differently proportioned thin line. I loved my thin line. I didn't like to use it all the time because it's not big font. But I don't have any trouble like this. My problem with my thin line is I taught out of it. So it wasn't like here for me. It was sitting on the pulpit, or it was kind of at the end of my arm span, and had big lights. So I just wanted a slightly bigger font personally. So that's the two biggest things, price and font size for what you get. The Alpha here comes in a goat skin as well. It's goat skin. I'm going to take a guess. It's going to say it's a little softer than the Pitt Minion, just because I've had other Crossway goatskin Bibles. This is kind of closer to what you find in some like cowhide Bibles from Crossway, honestly, but it is goatskin leather. It says it on the inner margin here. There's lots of videos about both of these Bibles out there you can check out, but I think both of them will last a lifetime. Both of them are great compact Bibles for travel, but they have their pros and they have their cons, and they have their similarities and differences. I think I did a video on, my pocket Bible. I think I'm going to end up taking my Pitt Minion on the mission trip. That's why I have these tabs. I think it'll serve me well up there. And that's one benefit of the Pitt Minion, being about half the price of the Alpha. I'm not as worried to toss it in a backpack, hitting a plane, and traveling across the country. Whereas this one, I'm a little more careful with it. I store it in the box. I treat it right whenever, I'm not tossing around. I think we should treat all our Bibles right, but I'm a little more cautious. I don't want to write in it. I don't want to stick tabs in it. I don't want to have that risk. So that's a personal thing for me. I struggle to use a Bible heavy like I would this one, just with the price. So check out these Bibles. I will link both of them down below where you can find them. Both great Bibles. They'll both serve you well. And I hope this helps you pick out the right Bible for you. So I thank you all for joining me. I hope to see you all next time.